Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you're here today. Our prelude this morning is a piece I wrote called Hymn to Change. If it's heavy, let it go. If it's heavy, oh, let it go. I'm all worked up with nowhere to go. If it's heavy, let it go. Back in Little Rock, I had a really cool therapist that was an indigenous person, and she shared with me this line called, "If it does not grow corn for you, let it go." I give that to you today. If it does not grow corn for you, let it go. If it does not grow corn for you, let it go. I'm all worked up. Tell me where to go. If it's heavy, it's so heavy, let it go. Change is hard, but I must grow. Let it go. Change is hard, but you must grow. Let it go. Are you all worked up? Just let it go. If it's heavy, it's so heavy, let it go. If it's heavy, baby, let it go.
It's me. Good morning. My name is Melly Edge-Adams, and I serve on the Chalice team and do cool things around here, like preach sermons and sing in the choir when we have it. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fayetteville. We are a liberal religious tradition that encourages finding your own truth and coming to be with us wherever you are, however you are on your journey. Some notes for today's service. In the seat back in front of you, if you're a visitor and you didn't get to fill in a paper, there's a little white card. You can fill that out. If you did fill out a paper, ignore that little white card. It's cool. There's also a yellow card in front of you. Those are for joys and concerns that we will share together later in the service. You don't have to wait until then to fill it out. You can go ahead. And we also drop stones as part of our spiritual practice. Here, you do not have to have a joy or concern on a card to drop a stone. Today, we're going to be discussing productivity. And my opening words for this service: look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day. Thank you so much for joining us in today's service.
Jules is not able to be with us today, so Stephanie Bentley is going to light our chalice this morning.
Good morning. Will you join me in the lighting of the chalice? The words are in your program as well as on the screen. Love
Is the spirit of this church, and service is its prayer, to dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and truth, and to help one another. Thus do we covenant together. Please rise as you are able in body or spirit for our opening hymn, What is This Life? What is this life if full of care? We have no time to stop and stare, no time to spend beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep or cows. No time to see when woods we pass, when squirrels hunt their nuts in grass. No time to see in broad daylight dreams full of stars like stars at night. No time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet how they can dance. A poor life this, if full of care. We have no time to stop and stare. Thank you. You may be seated.
Today's story is I Am Enough. The author is Grace Byers, and the pictures are by Coutura A. Bobo. Like the sun, I'm here to shine. Like the voice, I'm here to sing. Like the bird, I'm here to fly and soar high over everything. Like the trees, I'm here to grow. Like the mountains, here to stand. Like time, I'm here to be and be everything I can. Like the champ, I'm here to fight. Like the heart, I'm here to love. Like a ladder here to climb, and like the air to rise above. Like the wind, I'm here to push. Like a rope, I'm here to pull. Like the rain, I'm here to pour and drip and fall until I'm full. Like the moon, I'm here to dream. Like the student, here to learn. Like the water, here to swell. Like the fire, here to burn. Like the winner, I'm here to win. And if I don't, get up again. I know that I may sometimes cry, but even then, I'm here to try. I'm not meant to be like you. You're not meant to be like me. Sometimes we will get along and sometimes we will disagree. I know that we don't look the same. Our skin, our eyes, our hair, our frame. But that does not dictate our worth. We both have places here on earth. And in the end, we are right here to live a life of love, not fear. To help each other when it's tough. To say together, I am enough. Beautiful. Thank you.
This fellowship is a family, and we find great connection here together. We are a spiritual community where we find meaning. Ours is a sharing community where our joys are amplified, a caring community where our sorrows are lessened. We take this moment to reflect on our joys and sorrows and acknowledge the mutual, beautiful support of this community. If you would like, there's obviously no pressure, but if you would like, you may come forward and release a stone into the water so that the ripples you create mingle with the ripples of other UUs across the globe. All of us are doing this ritual, maybe not all of us, because you know how UUs are, but many UU churches are doing this ritual together this morning. Please indicate, that's also the time that you can bring up your yellow joys or concerns card and bring those up, and Stephanie will take those if you like. And please indicate on the cards if those are to be shared aloud or not. Okay, you may come forward. Okay, Stephanie, will you drop one more stone? May we remember these joys and concerns shared here today. And may we also acknowledge those we hold in silence in our hearts. Melly, will you give us the meditation?
We've all heard the phrase, you can't pour from an empty cup. My question is, what's wrong with an empty cup? I would invite you, if you feel like it, to close your eyes and imagine an empty cup. Whatever kind of cup you like, a coffee cup, a precious goblet from a special event, a cup from a restaurant that you love, or just your cupped hands. Imagine it open empty and waiting, not full or spilling, not crowded, but empty, spacious. You can see the inside. What does it look like? Is it smooth, cream-colored, a beautiful color that you choose? Look at the bottom of that cup, where everything starts. Take a deep breath. Fill your cup up with your own breath. And empty it out again. All the things that are worrying you in this moment, let them flow out of that cup and leave it open, empty, and ready. Take a breath with me. Okay. Thank you for that time.
Ooh, thank you, Melly. Friends, we know that our financial contributions to this congregation come from sacrifice and hard work. We know that. We are so grateful for you and for this, and UUFF commits to ensure that the funds we gather collectively do a greater good for ourselves and for our world than they would have done alone. May there be an offering to sustain and grow the life and mission of this congregation, and may we give in hope and love.
Thank you, Renee. All right, are you ready to dive in? All right, for those of you that need something to think about while someone else is talking, I will offer you this. For those of you who can't handle that, maybe just write it down and do it later. But here you go. Just think about one good quality of yourself. Just think about it. Okay? Maybe you can name 2 or 3. That's great. That's cool. All right. Now, here's the challenge. Name 3 good qualities of yourself that are not ways you serve others. Okay? There you go. All right, that's your thought point. You can carry that with you. Toxic productivity. Productivity. So we're in the new year. Woohoo, new year. And everybody's got resolutions and things that they're going to do, ways that they're going to change how they live. Usually not successful, according to New Year's statistics, which is why I don't make resolutions anymore. It just disappoints me. But often being more productive is one of those resolutions. With the pandemic, we learned that people can work from home, despite what workplaces had told us for years. But with that realization also came the expectation of working when you were still home. This creates all kinds of problems. It's very difficult to maintain a life-work balance if your work expects you to work when you're home, and your home is your work. Those of you who are stay-at-home parents or people who are otherwise caregivers in that capacity, when your home is your work, it becomes very, very difficult to separate that and feel like you are worth more than anything but your work. As a matter of fact, this idea of toxic productivity is so rampant and so devastating that in 2019, the World Health Organization actually added to the International Classification of Diseases workplace burnout. They recognize this as something that is a risk of the workplace. Toxic productivity has as its definition overworking at the expense of facets of your life. Okay? If our work is our life, then everything valuable has to come from your work. So what do we do about that? I mean, so here's a list of things to do if you feel like you're putting productivity too high on the scale. Cut your to-do list in half. Take more breaks. Use your morning to focus on yourself. Coffee, breakfast, meditation, not doing emails or things like that. And stop trying to multitask. Wait, I'm sorry. Those were actually on the list of Forbes ways to be more productive, which was curious to me. As it turns out, the things that we think make us less productive actually help us be more productive? Why would that be? Maybe because when we try to be what we think of as productive, we're just producing for the sake of producing. If productivity is the goal, then what happens? Number one, those who are not productive become burdens. This has a devastating impact on those in our community who may be less able to be productive in the ways that we have determined are productive. Capitalist society places productivity firmly in the realm of attaining wealth and things. This means that those of us who cannot accrue wealth or display productivity by means of material possessions or held wealth are viewed as unproductive. If you're unproductive, you're lazy. You don't deserve things. Any things. Another problem with basing our worth on our productivity is that we begin to look at others differently. We view ourselves in terms of what we can do, and then we judge ourselves first by what we think we ought to be able to do, whether we can or not. Well, if someone else can do it, certainly I can. If I can't, then there must be something wrong with me. If I cannot produce to their level, if I can't work the way they can, if I can't lift things, if I can't make something that other people want to buy, if I can't put in the same hours at work as someone else, if my sales goals drop, I have done something wrong. There is something wrong with me, and I need to be fixed. The other problem is that we view other people by those things as well. What can I do? Well, I can lift that. If someone else cannot, they're just not trying hard enough. I can work that many hours in a week. If you can't, then you're just not trying hard enough. So those of us in our community who have difficulties with certain aspects of certain kinds of productivity suddenly are lazy, irresponsible, and without worth. And if you do not have worth, then you don't get any respect. You don't get any assistance. You don't get any help. And that worth often translates to whether or not we feel we are capable of being loved. How many stay-at-home parents do you know who say all the time, I just haven't gotten anything done today? I clean my house and then I turn around and it looks the same. I'm just so unproductive. How many people in business do you know? I sat at my desk answering emails all day and nothing is happening. Musicians, artists. I was in my studio all week and I don't have anything to show for it. When we place our value on things that are tangible, the intangible becomes worthless. But according to this list by Forbes, it's those intangible things that make the difference. Taking time for yourself in the morning, focusing on one thing at a time instead of trying to do 12 things at once and doing none of them very well. And people say, oh, that's just human nature. That's just nature working, because if you can't contribute, then you don't get to hang around. Well, we know that's not true. In 2007, in northern Vietnam, there's a site called Burial 9. A young man's remains were excavated. It's about 4,000 years old. This was a culture that was pre-metal, pre-wheels. This was very much a you do or you die kind of society. This human, however, was found with fused vertebrae, buried in a fetal position, which, upon further study, it was noted that he had been in this position for minimally the last decade of his life. Paralyzed waist down from before adolescence, little or no use of his arms. This individual would have required constant assistance for everything from eating to cleaning himself. But by their estimations, he lived over a decade after one of the last fusions of his bones that would have left him the most disabled. For a decade, the people of this ancient society cared for this person who could not contribute physically to their society. Now, we don't know whether this person could sing or talk well. We don't know any of those things. But we know that he could not care for himself, and other people had to do it. So I would say that it is human nature to care for each other regardless of our productivity, regardless of what we think we can accomplish or what others feel we should. Let's return to that empty cup. So what's wrong with an empty cup? We're always supposed to be pouring out of that cup, giving to others, producing for others. But why? If we have an empty cup and you drop it and it breaks, what is your first thought? Oh my gosh, I broke my cup. If you have a cup and it's full and it breaks, what is your first thought? Some of us might say, oh my gosh, my cup. Some of us might say, oh my gosh, what a mess. Do you look at your cup as a cup worthwhile and beautiful in its own right, or just as something to hold your mess together?
You'll need to say that again.
Okay? All right, here we go, one more time. Do you view your cup as something beautiful and worthwhile in itself, or as something to hold your mess together? I love this cup analogy, because I've heard people say you can't pour from an empty cup over and over and over, telling me all the ways I can fill my cup, and I'm sitting here going, look y'all, my cup is full, okay? It's full of everything. It's full of people telling me things. It's full of the things that I want to do. It's full of the things I love to do that I can't do because I have another cup over there somewhere that's got other things in it that I'm supposed to do too. I don't need a full cup. I need an empty cup. When we put our worth in our work, then work is the only thing that has worth. Our first principle says that every being has inherent worth and dignity. Inherent. What does inherent actually mean? It means without any other circumstances, just by existing, we have worth. Sitting there doing nothing, you have worth. You are a beautiful, gorgeous, empty cup. Whether you fill it or not is your business. And what you fill it with. Or if it's ever filled at all. Or just sits there being amazing and being a glorious cup, just existing. My good friend and wonderful musician Ginger Doss has a song, and there's a line in it. It says, to exist is a gift. Isn't life magnificent? When we go out into the world this week, I would encourage you to look at cups as you come across them. They're in more places than you would think. Oh, they're going to be in the store and they're going to be at the coffee shop. Oh, yeah. They're probably also on your coworkers' desks, on yours, in your children's hands. Think about what's in those cups. I got coffee. I got coffee in mine most of the time. That make me more productive? In what sense? It makes me able to focus on the world in a different way. I have ADHD. So caffeine and other stimulants kind of make my brain act the way that some other people's brains work sometimes. You got milk in it? Where'd it come from? What do you think about the people who made those cups? Those people in factories? Maybe an artisan working hard at a wheel to produce cups that look the same day after day after day. Because production is important before you can make your original works, right? Is that cup on a shelf? Is it dusty? Have you forgotten about it? Is it useful for you? Could it be useful for someone else? Maybe your cup feels unused or devalued because you're in the wrong place. Maybe your cup needs to be on a different shelf. Maybe it needs to be in a different house. When we view ourselves as worthy no matter what, all kinds of doors open for us. We can see what we can do. What would I do if I didn't have to do other things that people told me I needed to do? Well, you have to go to work. Why? Well, because you have to pay your bills. What bills? Well, the bills for your house. What house? The house that you have to live in. Why? Well, you have to live in a house because you have to have a place to stay that's not somewhere else. Okay. And you have to pay your car payment. Why? So you can drive. Why? Because you're supposed to. Who says? And besides, you need all these cool things. Look, we're selling them in the store. Don't you need them? You need them. Your neighbor's going to be looking in your windows. Don't you need these things to show them that you're productive? You need all of these things to let them know that you're doing things for you're showing us your worth. If you don't have the most well-manicured lawn, if you don't have the newest house, you don't have the best clothes. When we allow the outside world to tell us what our worth is made of, then it's very, very easy to forget what we think is the important thing. Remember those who cannot do what you do. Their worth is not determined by your ability. And neither is your worth determined by someone else's ability. You got it? You got it? Many of us here at the UU are anti-capitalist. I'm not saying you need to be. That's your choice, and that's your cup. I am going to say that placing the value of human lives on the tangible things we are able to produce and accumulate is damaging to our entire existence. So get your cups, empty them out. You figure out what goes inside. Take your time. And as long as you need to sit there and be a beautiful, empty cup. Thank you.
Woo! All right. All rise, please, as you are able in body or spirit with your beautiful cups. What's going to guide those cups? Love. Let's sing about it. Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can change the world from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. Yeah. You may be seated. Stephanie will extinguish our chalice.
Thank you. Will you join me in extinguishing the chalice? The words are up here. We
Extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community.
I make heavy use of our hymnal, this gray hymnal, which I absolutely love. And I find lines in it from all over the place, but this one is actually from a Kwanzaa hymn. So these are my closing words. It's from hymn number 147, by the way, if you're interested and you want to look at it. When all the peoples on this earth know deep inside their precious worth, When every single soul is free, we'll earn the name humanity. Good day, y'all.
Thank you, Melly.
Renee, take us out.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie. Go in peace, everyone. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us, whoops, nope, through the hard night. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night.